at any point I need your advice, I will be sure to let you know by saying, so what do you think I should do? If you don't hear, what do you think I should do? You shouldn't do anything. You can achieve unity without being identical. In fact, you're supposed to achieve unity without being identical. You know why? God made us different so that each of us can bring our strengths to any situation. Here's my firm belief. If two of us are exactly alike in the same setting, the same environment, if we are exactly alike, one of us is not needed in that environment. Because we already got that. What else you got? So we need to celebrate difference, but difference that refuses to move toward division. Difference is okay. Division is not. Difference is fine. In fact, difference is needed. All the brothers who married to a woman unlike you, thank God for difference. All the sisters married to a man, you might not always thank God for it, but every now and then you ought to recognize he does bring some things to the table that you don't bring by yourself. We're supposed to be different. In marriage, opposites are supposed to attract. You know the four temperaments, sanguine, the basic temperaments. Sanguine are the most extroverted, and then choleric are somewhat extroverted. Then you have melancholy, somewhat introverted, mostly introverted. And then you have phlegmatic, all the way introverted. And then you have the blends of all the things. And rarely do you see two sanguines who want to get married to each other. Why? You already got noise with the one. You already got the one that, I used to say that about my father. He enters a room mouth first. You knew he was around because you heard him before you saw him. That was my dad. He was the ultimate sanguine. You heard him. He hadn't even come in the house. He stood out on the step and you hear him. And that was all. But he married a phlegmatic. My mom was his temperamental opposite, just what he needed. Just what he needed, because she was laid back, chilled out. My mother you'd have to know she was happy. You have to know she's happy. Some people who are used to activity and all that, sometimes they look at Sister Peggy Shepherd when she was first lady. My dad was the pastor, and it'd be a little picnic or something, and she's just sitting in a chair, what have you, fussing down behind the kids. Y'all stop that. And other than that, she'd just be sitting there. And sometimes people would be concerned, say, is your mother okay? I said, oh, she having a good day. What you talking about? Okay, she is having herself a good day. But you couldn't tell by being demonstrative. Choleric, strong natural leaders. I'm choleric. Many of you all are strong natural leaders. But we can't. Two strong natural leaders married. That's going to be a problem because both of y'all want to lead, and it's going to be a fight to the finish in a lot of cases, and all that. And so I'm predominantly choleric, but have a minor in melancholy, and I married a predominant melancholy and minor in phlegmatic. And so we got the diversity we need. So I came with the action and here's what we're going to do and plans and all that. And she came with but I don't feel. And I had to learn to appreciate feelings. I had to learn to appreciate when you couldn't give me a concrete reason why you think something is better than something else. Because I'm, choleric. That I could have been a lawyer if God hadn't called me. I'd have been a bomb lawyer, because I would wear you out in a courtroom. Because I know how to pick at the weaknesses and find the holes in your story and all that. That's my temperament. I know how to do that and all that. So I can deal with facts and all of that. But the concepts that are not like that, it gave me a problem. But I married somebody who taught me to appreciate that not everything can be proven in a factual kind of way. And things like, I just sense that. I'm like, sense? What that got to do with anything? What? Like, and I've told you many times before, I had to learn how to not solve problems when she would begin expressing frustrations with what was going on in her life. In the early years, kids were little or whatever, different seasons of our life, and she'd have a frustrating day, and I'd come home from ministering at the church and what have you, and come home, and she wanted to talk about these feelings and frustrations, and she'd go in and do that, and I'm sitting there, and I'm listening, but I'm listening to hear what's the problem I can solve. Where's the problem I can solve? As soon as I thought, okay, I got it, there's the problem. Then I would cut into her talking and say, baby, here's what you need to do. And I would lay out a really good plan. Just ask me, I'll tell you, it was really good. It would solve the problem. And she would end up more frustrated after I talked than when I started. And I'm like Scooby-Doo. Yeah, the noise Scooby-Doo made. Because I'm like, I solved your problem for you. And I did it without this having to continue. Because I just came home from work. Sports Center will be on in 7 minutes. I want to run in there and get me a snack, sit down in my chair, be ready for Sports Center. And I've just done that. Why aren't you happy? Finally, this is in our early marriage, but it took a while. And finally she said, listen, let me help you understand something. When I present problems and frustrations to you like this, I don't want you to solve the problem. And I'm thinking, you mean you want to talk for an hour about a problem and not arrive at a conclusion? And she said, yes, here's why. Because I'm intelligent. I didn't need you to solve the problem. I needed you to help me get the frustration out. You are my sounding board. You are my covenant relationship. You are the person I'm supposed to go to. And when the pressure is building up, emotional pressure is building up, she said it's just like a pot. It's just getting heated and the pressure is building up. And I need a safe place to get. That's where she taught me what exhaling meant. I didn't know about waiting to exhale until then. I got married and I learned what waiting to exhale really is. It's not a movie, it's a reality. She needed a safe place to exhale. She said, and after I do that, if you are listening actively, then I will get the pressure out, I'll feel better, then I can solve my problem. And she said, I remember one thing she said, and if at any point I need your advice, I will be sure to let you know by saying, so what do you think I should do? She said, if you don't hear, what do you think I should do? You shouldn't do anything. All you should do is listen actively, look me in my eyes while I'm talking, so I know you haven't disconnected. Look me in my eyes. If you aren't here understanding, ask questions so I can make sure I know you are hearing what I'm saying. And she taught me what that exhaling stuff was about. Oh man, that saved me a whole lot of trouble. Because I was so confused at first. Like, who wants to talk about a problem and not get it solved? But now I get it. It wasn't about getting it solved. It was about you being a partner who is willing to help me. I had to learn how to become an emotional midwife. An emotional midwife, and just pull the baby out. Come on, we gonna get this frustration out of here. And so I learned to say what? They did what? And then she was saying, oh yeah, no, I'm telling you what. And I said, oh my Lord. We have to learn difference isn't the problem. Difference is helpful. Division is a problem. Division is toxic. It's when people say, here's where I am, I'm not coming over there. Here's what I believe, I'm not going over there. Here's my decision, I'm not changing my mind. Here is my position. That's the problem when you divide. Because unity then is broken. Difference doesn't break unity. In fact, difference can promote unity. Difference can make things better.